Hey guys, welcome back to the online learning channel. So we do understand that with the increase in the coronavirus cases, school is closed for more than we expected. So I am going to be starting term 2 work, and today I'm going to be doing grade 6 English. So remember guys, I'm starting with term 2. So if we were back at school, this is the section that we would have been doing now. So for English grade 6, I am going to start with the first topic. The first topic is instructional text. Remember, instructional text is telling someone to do something or writing a set of steps for someone to follow. Okay, so I am just going to go to my presentation that I have for you. As you can see, it's done in PowerPoint. It's going to be easy for you to understand, and we're going to go over it together. It's super easy, super simple. So my grade 6 learners, please pay attention. Right? So this is for term 2, week 1 and 2. So I tried to combine week 1 and 2's work together. It is simple, so you'll be able to understand. So let's go to the first one. What is my focus and objectives for this lesson? Right? The first one we're going to do for listening and speaking, and then we'll do reading and viewing. Remember, English is divided into 4 subtopics, which is listening and speaking, reading and viewing, writing and presenting, and language structures. So for listening and speaking, all we're going to do is listen to and discuss an instructional text, which today I have for you is a recipe, right? A set of instructions. Okay, and for reading and viewing, we're going to read out a recipe. I do have 2 easy ones for you to understand. It's very, very simple. Okay, so let's go on to listening and speaking. Okay, as you can see, before I move on, I got the features of an instructional text. How would we know if which is an instructional text? We have to look at it and we have to find out what it is, right? The purpose of an instructional text, like they're saying there, is to describe or instruct how something is done through a series of sequenced steps. Remember, for a recipe, we can use instructions. We can use it to make, like how I have, to make slime, to make anything. Okay, a set of instructions that we have to follow to reach a certain point or to end up making something, right? The structure of an instructional text. The structure of an instructional text, right? You need to have the goal. The goal is what do we want to achieve? Here's it here. A statement of what is to be achieved. Example, how to make a sponge cake, or how to make slime, or how to make cupcakes, whatever it could be. So the goal is what are we trying to make? Okay, then we have the materials or equipment that will be needed. We listed in order. Example, 2 eggs, flour, baking powder, whatever it may be, right? And then we have the sequence steps to achieve the goal. Example, cream, the sugar, and butter. So let's go back. We have the goal. What are we going to make? Then we have the materials or equipment or stuff that we're going to need. We'll list it down. Then we sequence our steps. That means in order, number 1, number 2, number 3, what steps we have to follow. Okay, let's look at the most important part here, which is language features. Right, please guys pay attention to this. It says written in the imperative. What is an imperative? Here's it here, a sentence that starts with a verb. That's an imperative. For example, sift the flour. Sift is the actual doing word. We're going to start with our verb for our, that's what an imperative is. Okay, so starting the sentence with the verb is saying imperatives. Okay, next it's written in the present tense. That means the recipe wants us to do it now. Present is happening now. Steps must be in chronological order. That means following after the other. It mustn't be jumbled up, right? We must follow the steps to bake a cake or make slime correctly. Right, use of bullet points or numbers to list the equipment and to show the sequence steps. So if you're having, let's say, to make slime, we need conditioner or shampoo. We put all ours in a list or in a bullet form. Same goes for the instructions when we're writing out what to do. We either put it in bullet form or we use numbers. I would prefer us to use numbers. Okay, and then the last one is it can include diagrams or pictures. Okay, you can put a picture of what you want to make, or your process of making it, or material that you need, any type of pictures that will make your instructional text exciting. Okay, so let's go on to an example of a recipe that I've got for you, right? Okay, I've got a recipe on how to make a pancake. As you can see, we have ingredients there. We have steps there, which are numbered, and we have a picture or diagram, if whatever you want to call it, right? So what is the goal we want to achieve? The goal is how to make a pancake, okay? Then we'll have our ingredients. Instead of writing the word ingredients, you could also write what you will need, right? There's some flour, an egg, a jar of milk, right? Then we have our sequenced steps. As you can see, 1 to 5, our sequence steps in order, right? And start with imperatives. Again, imperatives are starting with a verb. Serve is a verb. It's an actual doing word. Crack, add, beat, and pour. Remember, in instructional text, we always start with imperatives, which are verbs. Okay, let's go on to the next one, right? Now we're going on to reading and viewing. So I want you to pay careful attention to this. I'm going to read it for you. You're going to understand it. It's a real recipe, guys. So if you want to make your own slime, you can, right? So we got recipe for slime. Again, supplies. Supplies are what you need or ingredients. We have pictures there. We have a diagram there, right? Let's just go over this quickly. It says 4 ounces white school glue. If you don't know how much is 4 ounces, it's 115 grams, okay? Then we have half teaspoon borax. Borax is something you buy in store. It's a 1/4 cup of water, plastic cup, medium-sized bowl, food coloring, and glitter if desired. Remember, if desired means if you want to. Okay, so they have our supplies or what we will need in bullet form on the top. Let's go try our directions, the steps on how we'll take to make the slime. Number 1, gather all your supplies together. Gather is the actual doing word starting with imperative. Number 2, pour glue into the bowl. Pour is our imperative. Okay, remember that. I'm going to go on. Add some food coloring, glitter if desired. Set to the side. Put 1/4 cup warm water into your cup. Number 5, add half teaspoon borax to the water cup and mix until borax dissolves. Simple. Pour this mixture into your glue bowl. Start stirring until you will notice how it starts becoming stringy. Keep mixing by using your hands and squeezing and squishing. Keep working with your hands until it's pliable. Store slime in an airtight container. Okay, remember, I think most of you know about slime. If you didn't know how to make your own slime, here's a simple recipe for you. Those are the things that you need. Remember what we're focusing on, our goal we need to reach, which is what we need to make, our ingredients, our supplies, or what we would need at the top, and our directions, the steps we need to follow, and start with imperatives. Okay, let's go on to the next topic, right? Our focus and objectives for this will be on language and writing skills. So remember, for language, there is some topics we'll have to discuss quickly. And for writing, you have to write out your own set of instructional text, which could be a recipe or directions to do something. So for language, we're going to focus on what stems, prefix and suffix, which is a revision of us from grade 4 and 5, and subject and object, which is also a revision for us from grade 5. And for writing, it's quite easy. We're going to write out an instructional text. Okay, so let's go on to the first one, a stem. What is a stem? A stem is actually quite easy. It's the part of the word which gives the basic meaning to the word, which is called the stem, or it could be called the root word. So basically, it's the root word, right? Next, it's very, very simple. Again, a revision from our previous work from the other grades, grade 4 and 5. Prefix. A prefix is a letter or group of letters added to the beginning of the word. Pre is before. Prefix have the ability to change the meaning of the root word, and each prefix has its own meaning, right? We know this. We did this before. Look at the prefixes below and how they've been added to a root word to change its meaning. So I do have an example of a picture here with some of the prefixes that I downloaded for you guys. Let's look at the first one. The prefix we're adding is dis, D-I-S. Dis means not, like to not do something, right? Let's look at the first one, dis. The first word is dislike. So it's basically dis is telling us the opposite of the root word that it's joined to, which is like. So dislike means you don't like something. Disable, you're not able to do something. Disorganized, you're not an organized person. Dishonest, you're not honest. Or disappear is they can't find you. Okay, let's take another example. Let's look at number 4, in. The prefix in. Remember, prefix is before again. Indirect, which is not direct. Incomplete, which means it's not done. Inexpensive and inactive. So please guys, this is some easy prefixes, some common prefixes that you'll see. You can go over them once I'm done with the video. Let's go on to a suffix. A suffix is a letter or group of letters added to the end of the word. Each suffix has a function, and adding to it can change the word's meaning or function in a sentence. So remember, prefix was adding words before the root word. Suffix is adding after the root word. Okay, let's look at some common examples of suffixes in English, right? So I'm just going to take one example for you, which is the first one, which is able or able, right? Capable of being, that means you can do something. Let's look at the first one, portable, right? They added able to the word pot. Remember, it will give us a different meaning, like we said, it will change the meaning or function in a sentence, right? If we look at another one, ACY, right? It means state or quality of being, like privacy, right? There's more suffixes, there's many for you to read, you can go over them. So adding words after a root word is a suffix. Very, very simple. Let's go on. Okay. Now we're going on to subject and object. This is also simple, but my learners do get confused in this section, right? Let's start with what a subject is. A subject of a sentence is what or who the sentence is actually about. Who are we talking about? The dog, the lady, they could have the lady's name, whatever it could be. Then we have the verb of the sentence, is the action word. You all know what a verb is. It's very, very simple. Then we have the object, which is the object receives the action of the verb. So the subject is who we're talking about. The verb is what is the action or doing word that's happening, and the object gets the action of the verb that's passed on. Right? Very, very simple. Let's look at this example. The cat ate the mouse. The cat ate what? A mouse. A mouse is the object. Remember, the cat ate the mouse. So what's the subject here? Who are we talking about? We're talking about the cat. The verb in this was ate. So what did the cat eat? Was the mouse. Simple. Let's do one more example. John hit his sister. So who are we talking about? John is the subject. Whom did he hit? He hit his sister. His sister is the object, and obviously hit is our verb in the sentence. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now we're going to go on to writing and presenting. So for English for week 1 and 2 is very, very simple. So guys, I suggest you read more directions, more recipes. There are many. There's on the internet. There's on the cantons, on jars, at the back of your parents when they buy a cake flour. There's recipes there. On boxes, wherever you could see. Read those recipes. Understand why we're using imperatives in those recipes, right? So writing and presenting, please, I'm going to explain why writing in English is so important, right? Number 1, it increases our communication skills. How we communicate with people, it increases us. It allows us to practice words, practice writing, get our words right, and all that, right? Number 2, writing will be used throughout our lives. Please, guys, writing is really, really important. Once you finish school, writing, you need to use writing every day. You need to use reading every day. Okay? And number 3, it incorporates our intelligence, education, and thinking skills. So we mix these 3 things up so we can come up with creative writing. There's number 4, it brings out our creativity. So remember, guys, writing is really important because we're going to be writing throughout our whole lives. We're going to be reading even throughout our whole lives, right? So let's go on to something very, very simple, right? Which is the writing process. Remember, there's steps to writing anything. A story, there's steps to writing recipes, there's steps to writing directions, newspaper articles. We can't just take a pen and paper and start writing, okay? Let's look at the first step in writing, which is brainstorm ideas using mind maps. Now we know brainstorming, we're carrying over this from grade 4, the writing process. So I'm just going to go over it quickly, right? So brainstorm ideas using mind maps. A mind map is very, very easy. You draw a mind map on your page. You draw the lines coming out of your mind map and put all your ideas, what you want your text or writing or instructions or story to be about, right? Number two, after we've done brainstorming, we do our first draft, which is writing out our first draft of our instructional text. Let's use recipe in this example. After we do our first draft, remember, we can make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I make mistakes and you as well. So after we write our first draft, we go and revise it. That means check for errors. Check for spelling errors, grammatical errors, whatever it is. After we're done editing it, we proofread. We read over it again quickly, just in case we made another mistake. And trust me, guys, it is very possible to make more than one mistake. Okay? And after we proofread it, we write our final draft and we present it, which is very, very simple. So please, guys, the writing process you need to remember up until grade 12. Maybe even after school if you pursue a career in journalism, writing, being an editor, writing books, whatever it could be, right? So brainstorm ideas, writing your first draft, revising your first draft, reading it over again quickly, and then writing your final draft or presenting it, right? I just got an example of what a mind map looks like. So that is what it is. You got your title in the center and you got all your things that you could think about. You write it around it. Okay, guys, please remember the writing process. So I am going to publish a worksheet for you to do, which is very, very simple. So remember, this is term 2 work. Term 2 for week 1 and 2 in English. So basically, we're supposed to be doing this actually in the class at the moment, right? So we're going to be going on to, I'm going to be going on to uploading the worksheet for you. I will upload the worksheet in the comments column, guys. Please download it and I'll post the answers for you. If you have any questions, you're most welcome to comment and I will help you. If I need to get a one-on-one with you, I'll get your email address. We can communicate if you need any help with any other sections. So please, guys, like and share. Follow the online learning channel. Subscribe on YouTube. Our videos are super easy. We're following CAPS curriculum. And do not forget, my learners, grade 4, 5, 6, and even 7. There is a competition that's running at the moment. The closing date is this week. All you have to do is watch my videos for grade 5, my week 1, my week 2, and 3 and 4. You have to answer 10 simple questions, guys. Very, very simple. It's based on my 3 videos that I've uploaded before this. And there's a cash prize up for grabs. It's 500 Rand. So please, guys, get liking, get sharing, get entering. And I will see you soon. Good luck.